ちは一つのベッドで寝ればいいのですから。夫婦ですから当たり前ですわ、旦那様。
Chilling in another world with my level 2 powers. So, you know what, my friend? I've never been really big into like Vocaloid stuff. You know, I think it's what they're called. Like Hatsune Miku, but like not the video games, like just like the performances and stuff. I've never really been into that kind of thing. But I will say, in watching the OP of this episode, like I don't know if I missed it the first episode or not. Like, I'm not really sure if I missed it the first episode. Maybe I skipped it or what. But I watched the OP, and it's like, you know what I mean? She's like doing the dances and stuff. And the OP kind of ruined what I already thought, which is not a big deal. Because at the end of last week's episode, I was like, oh, I bet he tames this Fenrir or partners or subjugates or something happens to where like this Fenrir turns into a beautiful girl kind of deal. You know, pretty par for the course. And that's exactly what ended up happening. But like the OP kind of ruined that because the OP kind of showed, you know, a very much like a wolf girl or whatever, doing her dances and calling him master and stuff. The OP's really, really good, by the way. And I was thinking the whole time I was watching the OP, not only did it ruin it, but I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, if I was a big fan of like, you know, Vocaloid or like, you know, maybe like the anime J-pop, you know, like the ones that represent themselves as like a, I don't know what the word is, but you know how like they have those people who like, they don't show themselves, like they just show like a character or something. I don't know what the word is exactly, but I was like, if I'm into that kind of thing, like I was like, I think like not only I would really support this show, but then the OP, like, I'd be a huge fan of the OP. I was like, I think this OP is really, really good. Okay, that aside, here's the one thing that I don't like about the show so far, and this episode specifically, is once again, we have the main character who, at the end of the episode, you know, Reese or Fenris or whatever, you know, whichever name, you know, you want to call her. We have Banana, right? His name's Bonanza, but we have Banana. And she's like, you know, they're inviting the girls to stay at not even their house, like just like this, you know, the guild's house or whatever. And the girls are like, hey, you know, the four adventure girls are like, hey, can you trade me, whatever. And then Reese is like, oh, because I'm your wife, you know, it's natural for us to kind of like stay in the same bed, and you know, so they can stay in the other rooms, we'll stay in the same bed. He's like, ooh, what? And I was like, oh God, here we go again. And it's like, I don't understand what the big deal is in anime or what the fascination is about having the guy who is like has this virgin barrier or like completely resistant to love. Like, I don't think, like, if anything, I think shows that have done the non MC are way better for it. Like, there's no reason for him as a grown man. Like, he basically partnered with her. They what do you call it? They announced their partnership. They said, okay, we're gonna be in like this fake marriage or whatever. And Reese is like, okay, this is our partnership. He's like, it's pretend, but she's like, no, it's not. You know what I mean? And like, he made it very clear, and she's like all about him. And I'm not saying, you know, go the way of like villain, you know, feed your indulgences kind of thing, like, you know, go crazy. But it's like, you know, it's a two-way street. It's very like, oh, she really likes him. He obviously likes her. You know, even if it's just, you know, surface level, he likes the way she looks or whatever. It's like, it's completely okay to not have the, you know, complete, you know, MC that overreacts to every female advance, you know, especially when it's the one like their partnership, like when it's their Raftalia, you know, when it's their like, this is your main B right here. Like when it's like the main one, I think it's okay. Like I can kind of get like, okay, maybe the other four girls try and jump him too, and he's like, oh, whoa, I'm married, you know, like I get that. But it always frustrates me. It's like, why is there a necessity to write it like that? It's just so annoying. So that's going to be kind of my one stinker if the show keeps doing that and keeps having Banana be the like, oh, whoa, don't touch me there. Whoa, whoa, whow, whoa, whoa. Oh, you touch my pee-pee. Ah. You know, it's like, it's going to be like, it's too annoying. I hate that so much. Okay, remove that. We're going to put that over here. The rest of the episode has him subjugating or, had him beating Reese. And the system in his mind, the system that is guiding him keeps saying, subjugate, or like, I think it was subjugate, basically make her a slave, like, enslave. He's like, no, I won't do it. Which I get it, because the way that it described the enslavement, sorry guys, I have like a little cold or something. The way it described like the enslavement was, it'll basically override her thoughts and stuff. And I was like, that seems icky for sure. Like, it's like, it's one thing for somebody to, pledge their allegiance and, maybe have like a caller or something that's like, oh, if they act out of turn, it shocks them or something. But it's another thing like to take over their mind and thoughts. Like, that's really icky. I was like, okay, don't do that, bro. He didn't. He overcame her and she pledged her like undying love and like, her race is like somebody like a race that only serves one master. She's like, I chose you and all that stuff. And like, that's all cool. Then they take to the adventure town or to the town, and they get to the Adventures Guild, and he begins to, sign up as the Adventure Guild. He signs her up, and then they have to pretend marriage. It's an easier sell if they're married, so that there's less questions about, who she is and all this other stuff. So that was really cool to set that up. Then they go after the bears, because apparently the bears are attacking. He uses his teleportation power to go to the guild's like side house or something, basically. And he finds the 4 girls. Apparently they're in the king's army. They're adventurers, but they're also in the king's army. And he saves them from the werebears or whatever they are. And he ends up making one of them his pet, and he shapeshifts the bear. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I enjoy that. And then the girls are like, hey, can you train us? Like the hero is basically saying we're all pieces of trash unless we can take on one of those bears ourselves. So that's why they were out here, to try and like, take on the bears, show that they can do it. Almost died. And he's like, okay, I'll train you guys because Reese said it was okay. And the next episode's preview shows us like them living together and all that entails. So next week seems like it's going to be pretty fun. But overall though, like if the MC, if they do it because they think it's comedy, which maybe Japan really finds the MC that, like, oh, we're going to wear pajamas together. If they find that funny, I get maybe that's why they keep doing it, but it's not funny at all. It's just annoying to me personally. So hopefully there's less of that. But at the same time, it seems like next week's gonna be like, 5 girls, 1 guy in the house, and like, whatever that entails. So we'll see on how next week goes. But like, I like the show a lot because I think Reese is really cute. I like the fact that he was thrown out, and I like the fact that his powers are really powerful. I like him trying to figure out life in this new world. I like, again, I like Reese. I think she's really cute. Those 4 girls are really cute. I actually like the really muscly one. I think she's like the best one. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen there. Like, but it's just that the annoying MC, virgin MC thing that troubles me. It's like that. If it keeps being like a recurring comedic point that they try and push for whatever reason, like it's like that'll leave a weird taste. But I'm gonna remain positive and say like, oh, the good outweighs the bad. It's like 80-20. So we'll see on how next week's episode fares out. But so far, he has a Fenrir, he has a werebear, whatever they are, and then he has these 4 adventure girls. So let's see how next week is. I'll see you then, my friends. Let me know your thoughts in today's comments. All right, peace out.